right, here we go again. Here we go. Rep your city, rep your city. You know how we do. Everybody on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and my other Facebook account. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. We got Indianapolis in the building. We got Greensboro in the building. We got Oakland in the house. We got Texarkana in the building. We got Buffalo in the building. And this is a conversation that I've been wanting to have for a minute. Because I really don't think United States government and white America realize the value that reparations would bring to the United States of America. I don't think people realize the value. So look, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, run those likes up, share, subscribe, and contribute to the channel, Super Chat, CashApp, Venmo, and PayPal. And let's get into it. Much respect to Black Americans, FBA. The fear of reparations for white Americans and Hispanic Americans and Asian Americans, people that are citizens of the United States of America. And for those of you all that are melanated people in the United States, citizens that do not support reparations, you are slow. If the United States of America gave foundational Black Americans reparations, it would be one of the greatest things ever could happen to the United States of America. At the least, 150,000 per adult. For me, I've considered over 21. I would say the more, the better. 200,000 would be excellent. 300,000 would be super intelligent to the highest level. It doesn't have to be paid all at the same time. But the more, the better for the nation. And this is where sometimes hate hurts you. So if you're a white American, you really need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, because reparations to foundational Black Americans would be the greatest thing to happen to this country in modern times by far. It would be the biggest stimulus package in U.S. history. And it would take America into the future for sure. If I could sit down and talk to the politicians of the United States of America, I am sure that 5 days of talking to the Senate and the Congress of the United States of America, the president and his cabinet, they would surely agree. Many white Americans who are against reparations, if once they talk to me, I would flip them easily. It is definitely a misjudgment of economics for white Americans to be against reparations for foundational black Americans. It is a not an intelligent business move for white Americans. Not at all. They're thinking the wrong way. And the thought pattern is not factual. White Americans are not thinking of this intelligently at all. They're looking at black Americans, foundational black Americans, getting a one up or something like that, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't say that. And I wouldn't call white Americans racist. And I wouldn't say more for racist white America. Please don't hurt my conversation. Don't damage my conversation. That's why they would have to see those type of things. You see, is anti-reparations. And seeing that you're a Trinidadian, I find that very suspicious. It's really not none of your business. So you really should just listen. You're not a foundational black American. So it looks like a sabotage. If I'm trying to put a message for white Americans to learn about reparations, why would you come and start calling them names and hurt my conversation? That's suspicious from a Trinidadian that should mind a Trinidadian's business. This is not Trinidad. And you're not going to get reparations. So, mind your business. This has nothing to do with racism. This has everything to do with economics. Race is not the way to think about reparations. Reparations is economical. When I say stimulus, a stimulus is for everybody. It's just, do you have some hustle? If people get more money, they're going to buy more food. They're going to buy it from whoever they like food from. If they like Chinese food, they're going to buy more Chinese food. If they like Italian food, they're going to buy more Italian food. If they like Mexican food, they're going to buy more Mexican food. So it's definitely going to help the Chinese. It's going to help the Mexicans. It's going to help the Puerto Ricans. It's going to help the whites. It's going to help the blacks. It's going to help everybody. So I didn't appreciate that comment too much. Seemed like sabotage. Because when there's more money, when there's more money, there's more availability for everybody to get that money. All right. So more people come on in. I'm going to break it down. Dave Chappelle, I doubt if it would be like his skit. So I doubt that. I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt that. I'm trying to be serious here. So this is a very serious, I take this very serious, and there's a time for everything. And this is a time to listen to my breakdown. This is a very serious breakdown. And this is something that I want politicians and governors and mayors and presidents to watch. So don't come over and shoot us in the foot with foolishness, okay? At some point, we have to show some diplomacy and intelligence. Please don't come and make foundational Black Americans look unintelligent, especially if you're not a foundational Black American and have no interest in us getting reparations or have no interest in what I'm about to say, the seriousness of what I'm about to say. And if you're in the United States and you ain't about money, because only somebody that's not about making money would be against reparations. To be against reparations from foundational Black America is to cut your own money off, basically. If you had to pick a group in the United States to give millions or even billions of dollars to stimulate the economy, the best race, the best group would be foundational Black Americans, by far. It would do way better for the country than if you gave the money to white Americans, Hispanic Americans, or Asian Americans. Giving reparations and billions of dollars in reparations to foundational Black Americans would be one of the best things that could ever happen to the United States of America, especially in these modern times. So if you're white, please send this to all the whites you know. Tell them to listen to it with an open mind, because this is about as real as it gets. Now, America's predominantly white, And American businesses are predominantly white. And so when you have predominantly white businesses that's in business making money, and you have 50 million foundational Black Americans that would be consuming from these white businesses if they got reparations, you could probably only imagine how great of a stimulus that would be. And so if you gave foundational Black Americans trillions of dollars, there would be a lot of home improvement done, which means whoever does home improvement is going to make a lot more money. People are going to want to get their driveways redone to the nice house they got. Whoever's laying that concrete's going to make a lot of money. People that want to keep their houses going to get new roofs. If you're in the roofing business, all you white dudes out there, listen, I'm giving you game. If you're in the roofing business and they give foundational Black Americans trillions of dollars, how much money are you going to make? If you're in the fencing business, how much money are you going to make? If you're in the auto industry, how much money are you going to make? If you're in the clothing industry, how much money are you going to make? What about food, restaurants, stores? How much money are they going to make? And so here you got Black Americans, here you got white Americans, we're a little bit under. You give us reparations, we go here. We start spending a lot of money, which you're going to get a lot of it. So people would say, well, Pharaoh, are you saying, well, you're saying we're just going to give the money back? Not really. Because with all of this money comes to foundational Black Americans, it's going to start to move around. And as it moves around, there's going to be a shortage of workers to work to make all that money. So guess how many jobs whites are going to get, Hispanics going to get, foundational Black Americans. Guess how many jobs that's going to increase to put up the fences, to lay the concrete, to build the homes, to sell the clothes, to run the restaurants. That's going to create jobs, lots of jobs, because you got more people spending money. So now you need more people selling things. You're going to have to service this money. This money is going to be spent and it's going to require services. So now the whole U.S. economy is going to jump through the roof for sure. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. The auto industry is going to have to hire people to sell cars, to make cars. They got to. That money is not going to just go to foundational Black Americans and disappear. The economy doesn't work like that. That money is going to go for many years. For many years, that money is going to circulate around and around for many years. It's not going to just dissipate. That's why I said the more they give, the better. Because the more they give foundational Black Americans for reparations, the more money there is to stimulate the economy. The more money the businesses will make. The more money the businesses make, what happens? If we get money, we start spending money with businesses. The people that run these businesses, what are they going to do? They're going to start what? Spending money. The people they spend money with is going to start spending money. The people that they spent money with, that spent money with people that spent money with people, are going to start spending money. It's going to be a stimulus. It's going to stimulate the economy. People are going to start being in a position to make money. People are going to be making more money, going to be coming into the country as more people want to visit America in this time of prosperity. So it's going to bring how much travel to the United States if the country is popping. If the country is popping, how many people want to go to Florida, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Houston, Miami? How many people that get hired to help build garages are going to buy garages? How many people that get money from selling cars are going to buy cars? How many people that's making more money selling clothes are going to buy clothes? Everybody's going to buy more food. How's the entertainment industry going to do? Through the roof. That's why the more they give, the better, because the more they give, the more comes back into the economy. You won't be just giving Black people a bunch of money that they just grab, and that's not going to happen. This is what a lot of white Americans are being fed, fear-mongering. They're not, foundational Black Americans are not going to take that money and do this. They're going to spend it. Some Blacks or watchers will say, oh, we need to do this. You won't be in a position to do that right away. Yes, there's going to be foundational Black Americans that build businesses, but real lucrative, big-time businesses, you ain't going to be able to build it right away. It's going to take time. And there's nobody that need a garage door, new garage door, going to not get it. There's people that's driving cars that are kind of gotta getting them fixed because they're old, because they can't buy a new one. Those people, when they get that kind of money, a car is nothing. So that's why I say if you give them $250,000, but even $250,000 is better, because if you give them $100,000 and they buy a car for $50,000, we're back in the same position. But if you give them $250,000, and let's say me and a wife, we both get, that's $500,000. If we spend $100,000 on a car, that's another $400,000, and that money's going to go into the economy, which is going to send hundreds of thousands of dollars into the U.S. economy. And guess which race gonna benefit? Whites. That's not a bad thing. Some Blacks don't want to hear that. That's a good thing, because this money they got gonna cause them to have to hire, which means money gonna come back. That's why it's called a stimulus. Okay, if your blood is stimulating, circulating, stimulus does not mean dry up. Stimulus means to stimulate circulation. Reparations to foundational Black Americans, $250,000 each, $350,000. You can't give too much. You can't give too much. The more you give, the more come back. Think about it, white America. If you give every foundation of Black America $350,000, the husband and the wife got $700,000. How many cars everybody gonna buy? How many homes everybody gonna buy? How many vacations everybody gonna buy? People gonna have more babies, ain't they? More babies, more baby food, more everything. Cash money. Knowing what I know, if I was a white American, I would be definitely for reparations for a foundation. If I, especially if I'm like doing carpentry, plumbing, heating and cooling, air conditioning, car sales, boat sales, garages, concrete, heating and cooling. Man, heck yeah, get them that money. That's if I was a white man. Man, give them that money. Because they're not going to wait to go into those businesses right away. They're going to go into them business, but you're looking at a 10-year process. In that first 3, 4, 5 years, right? It's popping. Because if you look at it like this, when you look at swag and clothes and stuff, we only buying that because we don't got no money. When you give them that kind of money, they're gonna not be buying like clothes like that. They're gonna be buying people gonna be getting homes, condos. They're gonna go for the life-changing objects. They only buy clothes and stuff. You only do that when you're poor, when you're struggling. You want to look nice, you want to buy that. But when you get a certain amount of money, the last thing you think about is clothes. The first thing you're thinking about is a new car, a new garage, a new roof on the house, build a house on the land your grandmama left you. A lot of people, they love their homes. They ain't going to want to leave their homes, but they're going to want to redo the driveway. Got to glue a few cracks in it. The auto industry is popping. So now young black men, white men, everybody can go and work for the auto industry and make cars. Simple things like car washes going to go through the roof. Uniroyal, Goodyear. How much the tire company's gonna make? You got dudes out here got their Oldsmobile or their Cadillac, and they love it. They're not gonna get rid of that car. Now they might buy another car, but they're gonna fix their car they love up. So now that's 2 cars. They're gonna buy a new car and they're gonna put new wheels, new seats, and everything in a classic car. Can you imagine how much money gonna be spent on classic cars? Can you imagine how much money gonna be spent on carpets? Can you imagine how many people gonna buy swimming pools, have swimming pools in? Can you imagine how many flights gonna get booked that first 12 months? How much is the airlines gonna make? If they give foundational Black Americans 250, 300,000 each, husband and wife, or you single, just you, how much is American Airlines, United Airlines, how much they gonna make? How much? How much the airlines gonna make? How much the hotels gonna make? How much the hotels gonna make and the airlines? How many garages are they gonna sell? How many cars are they gonna sell? How many trucks are they gonna sell? How many people gonna buy? How many men gonna buy big rigs and go into business? How many people gonna go into business? How many people gonna get new roofs on the house? How many people gonna fix up the basement? How many people gonna remodel the kitchen? How many people gonna put new floors in their house? How many houses gonna get painted? How many houses gonna get painted? Just the guys that do the painting. Because a lot of people are just gonna fix up where they at. They like their neighborhood. They like the schools their kids go to. They ain't trying to move. They're going to put some money up and they're going to do some remodel. They're going to live the rest of their life out and retire and live comfortable. A lot of people just going to chill. Some people going to spend it all right back, which is great for the economy. Some people going to go blow it all. It's going to go just all of it. They're going to be back broke. But when they spend all their money and they broke, the fact they spent all that money, they're going to be able to go find a job. Because that money is going to create more jobs probably than in the history of this country. That's a fact. So imagine white Americans don't want foundational black Americans to get money that they're going to spend with white Americans. You know how much hate you got to have to hate on your own prosperity? Imagine you're a white man and you don't want foundational black Americans to get reparations when you can make a fortune or at least live good. You could basically set yourself up for retirement. Make it make some sense. Imagine you some stupid Jamaican or somebody and you ain't no reparations and all the tourism gonna happen in Trinidad, in Jamaica. How much money you gonna make? Jamaicans. What are y'all crazy? If you're a Jamaican and you don't want foundational black Americans to get reparations, you gotta be one of the stupidest people ever lived. You gotta be stupid. Africans. If you're in Africa and you don't want foundational black Americans to get reparations, you got to be one of the stupidest Africans ever in the history of the world. With all that money Africa can make. France, a fortune. England, a fortune. A fortune in tourism. Duh, people gonna want to travel. They're gonna want to go to Spain. They're gonna want to go to France. They're gonna want to go to England. They're gonna want to go to Ethiopia. They're gonna want to go to Nigeria. They're gonna want to go to South Africa. They're gonna want to go to Japan, Singapore. They're gonna want to go. And people gonna want to come because it's gonna be popping. America will be off the chain. Entrepreneurship through the roof. All of a sudden, instead of Rolling Loud, Coachella, and Lollapalooza, now you got 7 more big festivals because some people going to go and start throwing festivals. Man, I'm finna throw big festivals. Man, I'm finna throw tours. Man, I'm finna go on the old school. I'm finna fund the old school hip hop tour. Somebody like me, I go get all the old school rappers go on a big ass tour. It's gonna sell out. All I need is a bunch of people on the tour. I got everybody. I got Ice Cube. I got Scarface. I got Jay-Z. I got Nas. It's the biggest, baddest, biggest ever rap hip hop tour. Cash, it's gonna sell out. Sell out. Everybody that's an entrepreneur going to be making money. The country going to be popping. Because if you give that to foundational Black Americans, you'll give it to the group that needs to spend the most, the ones that's in the hole that got to catch up. So anytime you give that money to the group that got to catch up, that's automatically roofing jobs, plumbing jobs, houses bought, new cars bought, because we got to catch up. Make it make some sense. It will be the greatest stimulus package ever. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. I kid you not. Have the country popping. I'm trying to understand. When I see white Americans against reparations, I think they're crazy. You got to be out your mind. You ain't lost your mind. You ain't lost your mind. If you're Mercedes-Benz, Cadillac, Chevy, you're supposed to be out there. Yes, Chevy, we support reparations for foundational Black Americans. What, is you crazy? Got to be. If you BMW, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Cadillac, you ain't pushing reparations? What is you crazy? What, are you crazy? And somebody say, sure, they did the math. They did not do the math because racism make you dumb. No, they haven't done the math. If they did the math, they gave you reparations last year. They ain't did no math. People say, well, if we get reparations, people say if you get reparations, you're going to be equal. How could 50 million Black people be equal to almost 300,000 white people? You ain't going to never catch, one group is never going to have as much money as a bigger group. That's also ridiculous. Well, it's like 360 million people in this country. We only 50. Whites is like 2 something, 250. How 50 million gonna have more money than 250 million? What? No, it's not. It's not suspicious. It's slow. It's slow. It's not suspicious. It's slow. Slow. America's slow. Facts. America is not intelligent like that. America is slow. They brainwash you where you think they're intelligent. No, they're not. They're slow. I only want to hear positive comments. I don't want to hear anti. I don't want to hear anti. If you got something anti, I'm going to delete it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear no scary, but I don't want to hear no anti. If you can add something pro to this conversation, cool. If you anti, I'm going to have to delete you. If you consist, I'm going to block you. Because as fast as I'm saying going this way, I'm not letting nobody say go back that way. You haters, go somewhere else and hate. You want to build this conversation? Because I'm not letting you tear down my conversation just because my mind is beyond yours. Because this is me. And if you ain't on this conversation, this is you. You're not there. You slow. Because if I'm telling America they slow, why would you act like they not? They slow. They do not know this. They're being clouded with racism. I'm telling you now. There's no way in the world they would pass up all that opportunity. Ain't no way. Tell that to somebody else. They slow. The American public, you think the politicians are smart, and they're not necessarily smart. They're not necessarily smart. They done sold you a dream. They could easily be a bunch of dummies. They're just in there because they know somebody, but don't know nothing. And sometimes you shoot your own self in the foot because you believe somebody's smarter than what they is, and you think, no, Pharaoh, they being dumb on purpose. No, they being dumb because they dumb. They dumb. Listen, let's look at it like this. You'll be like, no, they know what they're doing. Okay. Why every other subject, there's a conspiracy that shows the other side? Every other thing, no matter what this one say, there's always somebody saying the other side. Why, when it comes to reparations, there's nobody saying the other side? Because they dumb. Because if they knew what I was doing, it would be how many videos on TikTok over this? Listen, people gonna do anything for views, right? If this mentality was out there, how many TikTok videos would it be saying what I'm saying? Because they gonna say it for them views. And if they feel like it's something smart and advanced, everybody be on TikTok. Man, reparation with blacks would be great for everybody. Man, y'all telling me nobody would be saying this? They were, you know why nobody's saying it? Because they done. Nobody thought of it but me. That's why. I'm the only one thought about it. Prove me wrong. Show me somebody else. You know how many black men come over here that's hung up on race that when I start talking about this, they mentally stuck in racism? No, Pharaoh, they hate us. They ain't gonna let us do nothing. They. See what I'm saying? So if there's so many black people like that, it's a lot of white people is like that. No, because you've seen it over here. How many brothers came over here with old race, old washed up mentalities, and I'm showing them something new, and they still stuck on, no, man, the racists, they gonna do that. How many you see? I had to block how many people that still come with the slave mentality? Because they can't even see what I'm saying they doggone self. They ain't trying to get no money. They're like, no, they ain't going to give us to us. We ain't going to get no money. We don't need to stimulate no country, man. They ain't going to do nothing. Who is we? See? They say we. So when you see somebody say we, that's how you know a spy. Because the word we, the reason he's saying we is because he's trying to build up a group against me. So he's saying, no, we this and we that. But the only one really talking is him, right? So how are you talking saying we? Right then, I know you represent the dark side. You represent negativity because you're trying to encourage people to say you won't stand on your square. Why don't you say what you think? We feel you, but it's only one person typing, right? So let me ask you something. Is we typing or are you typing? Listen, is he typing or is we typing? Who typed this? We or him? I'm showing you the hate and the manipulation. This is what you call manipulation when you're teaching. When a person get up and say, we, that's a person that pretend they speak for everybody else, to pretend there's a group against you, but they don't want to stand on their own and just be against you on their own. So Pimp C don't want to stand on his own. He want to make a fake group that he say disagrees me. We just don't agree with what you're saying. But it's only him on his phone, on his computer, saying we. I be seeing all the manipulation. That's manipulation. He trying to make a fake crowd. You don't see that? He don't agree with what I'm saying, and he's out to psychologically block others from this message. That's what you call Luciferian. That's the dark side. He's trying to use word magic to create something to go against this positive information, yet not having nothing positive to say is a mouse with the name Pimp. Nothing positive about his picture, nothing positive about the name. So can't bring nothing positive. The whole thing is negative. Why would I listen to somebody that don't know how to even portray themselves in a positive manner? You're negative from the rooter to the tutor. You're a pimp mouse. Am I trying to get the check cut or am I trying to push your ideology? So in other words, change the subject. Here go another one. Change the subject. Don't keep talking about reparations being a stimulus. Change the subject and start talking about something else. See, I'm sharp. See, he said talk about something else. That's what he just told me. He told me to talk about something else. I don't know if he see it like that. That's how I see it. He said, change your subject and come down the road I want you to go on and talk about pressuring. And that ain't what the title say. Do the title say, y'all see pressure in my title? What he asked me to do, is that in the title? Do you see that in the title? I think the title say reparations for FBA equals the greatest U.S. stimulus package. That's what the title say. He telling me get off title. That's exactly what you're saying. You can't tell me what you're saying to me. What you're saying to me is change the subject. To me. How you going to tell me what you're saying to me and what I'm reading and how I'm taking it? That's what you're saying to me. And I've been constantly have to correct you. So what you think I'm thinking? Well, I'm constantly going this way and you constantly trying to turn the car. This ain't your first time. For the sake of the audience, come back later. Come back tomorrow, whatever. Yeah, come back tomorrow. Listen, this big Pharaoh, I see everything. I've been doing this. I know every trick in the book when it comes to teaching and stimulate. I know all the tricks. I know all the tricks. I know all the tricks. I control my live stream so people don't come with off energy to take the crowd from where I'm trying to take them and take them over here and take them over there. Like this. Do it in a slick way. I ain't finna talk about what I got to do. I'm doing what I got to do. So you slow right there. You say, what I got to do to pressure them. if I'm showing them the benefit, ain't that pressure? Hold on. Dude just said, what we got to do to pressure them to give us reparations. Is this conversation not something that if they see would make them consider maybe he's right? Ain't I doing that already? Am I not showing white America the benefit of giving us reparations already? This ain't pressure? Yes or no? This ain't pressure? What is this then? What do you call me showing you losing money by not giving us reparations? That ain't pressure? That ain't pressure? I'm not applying pressure by making white businesses say, you know what? He got a point. He got a point. I would sell more homes. I would sell more garages. Hey, you know what? That ain't pressure. You don't think white men will watch this and start thinking, you know, I ain't never thought about that. He got a point. I ain't never thought about that. I would get a lot more jobs. I would be putting down a lot more carpets. You don't think a carpet man will watch this and say, you know what? I'll be able to retire quicker. You know, Betty, this guy here, you know, he's got a point, you know. Yeah, if he gives those black people, because, you know, I got a few black customers, and guess how many I'd have if they got that money? I'd make a fortune. You know, this guy, you know what I'm saying? This guy got a point. They're not going to keep the money. This is going to benefit white businesses, white Americans. This is going to stimulate everybody. It's going to raise the foundational black Americans' income, and it's going to raise white Americans' income. It's going to raise everybody's income and stimulate further futuristic income. That's what it's going to do. Because the money, when it goes into the system, it does that. Only a little bit goes out at a time. The money does that. And it can do that for a long time before it dry up. Then you need another stimulus. And that's where y'all at right now. The money dried up. Y'all living off the stimulus of what? The Great Migration, when everybody came here and they opened up Ford, Chevy, all that. More people, more cars, more people, more cars. Then when you get up to about Obama, it started going back. They trying to figure out what to do. So he came and pushed the American auto industry, but that's not enough. Because there ain't no money out here to stimulate nothing. And people that got less money create less money. The less people got money, the less people that got money. The less people can buy cars, the less cars you sell. The less cars you sell, the less money the car salesman got. The less money the car salesman got, the less money he spends. The less money he spends, the less money that he would spend. And it's a downward spiral crash because everybody got less money. And if you got less money, then the other guy got less money because he can't get no money from you. And if he can't get no money from you, can't nobody get no money from him. And you start going this way backwards. And when you start going backwards, what happens? This is what happens. hold on. Look, I want you to look at this again. If all these people got laid off, are they spending more money? They're spending less money, right? So if they spending less money, ain't other people losing money? If all these people got laid off and they spending less money, are the people they were spending money with losing money? And then if they're losing money, they gonna spend less money. So the people they spend with, ain't they losing money? Look at the numbers. You see at the bottom, Meta losing money? You saw them companies? That's a bunch of white people too. Ford, all of them people got less money. All them thousands of people got laid off, got less money, right? All right. So the stores they shop at, are them stores making more money or less money? Exactly. So them people ain't got that much money, no money. They laid off. Now they not spending money. Now you gonna have to lay people off. Then they not gonna have money, and then they gonna have to lay people off. Or you telling me that if you gave foundational Black Americans reparations, them people wouldn't still be working. Them people would still be working, and they would have to hire people. Ford wouldn't lay off all them people because they'd be making more Mustangs. And they got to make more Mustangs, man. They got to hire more people that's got more money to buy more cars. Because money go this way or money go that way. One of the reasons Black women are the most laid off because a lot of white women don't work. The husband work. So that's not a good, some of that stuff is not accurate because a lot of white women don't work. Only the husband work. So it's not, they don't got enough white women working to lose jobs. So that's a little misleading. So what you're going to see first is more white women working and then getting fired. That's what you're finna see. You're finna see a bunch of white women got to go to work now and then get fired. That's what you're finna see. Yeah, that's what you're finna see. You can't make no money if ain't no money out here. I mean, this is a hustler. Like any hustler know that. I'm a hustler. If the people ain't getting no money, I don't make no money. I only make money if the people got money. If the people ain't got no money, I can't make no money. Let's say everybody get paid on Friday and Saturday. Guess when hustlers that sell illegal stuff make their most money? Friday and Saturday night. So now, if all them people that's calling you buying stuff, if they lose their job, ain't nobody calling you. If ain't nobody calling you, you got less money. Is you buying alligator shoes now? Is you okay? A couple of them cars got to go back. Yeah, that car's got to go. Ain't nobody calling me. I can't pay for that car no more. Now that I can't pay for that car, I take the car back. Now somebody at the car place losing. It's a trickle down effect. When people lose money, and people lose money, and more people lose money. Las Vegas is empty. Nobody there. Ghost town. Why? Because people ain't making no money. So people ain't making no money. So people ain't making no money. So people ain't making no money. That's how it go. So if you give some people some money, there's some people that make some money. There's some people that make some money. There's some people that make some money. And the quickest way to turn this economy around is with reparations for foundational Black Americans. Tell me something else that can stimulate this economy quicker than reparations. If you gave a bunch of money to white Americans, it would not stimulate the country like that because they own a lot of stuff, so a lot of them wouldn't even buy nothing. Black Americans are the ones most underprivileged, so they the most ones gonna put the money into the system. It's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you give people the money that's gonna put the money back into the system? You got idiots talking about give the money, right? And blacks don't put the money back, which is stupid. How you not gonna pay rent, or how you not gonna have a house, or how you not gonna have a car? So people be talking stupid. You gonna put the money back into the system. Don't listen to no black person talking about blacks get their reparations. No, if blacks get their reparations, you're gonna have to put it back into the system. If you don't put it back in the system, where you gonna get any more money from? You're gonna have to put the money into the system to create jobs. The ones that smart gonna save money, and the ones that ain't. I don't care what you do. Some people gonna save, some people gonna make good investments, and some people not. It don't matter who, white, black, or whatever. So we're not gonna say no make-believe stuff that all of a sudden black Americans gonna get money and all of them gonna save some money. That's not gonna happen. But what is gonna happen is enough money to start stimulating where everybody can make a living and live good for a lot of years. You give foundational Black Americans $300,000 a piece, $150,000 a piece will do something. But you want a serious stimulus. So if I was talking to Washington, I'd be like, you can't give them under $250,000 a piece, because you want to make sure once they buy a car, they still got some money to put into the system, right? You understand what I'm saying? You want to have some money to put back into the system. Straight up. Straight like that. You want to have money to put back into the system. That's 100%. And so reparations for foundational Black Americans would be the best thing to get this country up and running. That's a fact. And without reparations for foundational Black Americans, at the point where this country is now, you might see a Great Depression. Easily. It's easily headed in that way for a Great Depression. So I got people saying, oh, this and that and that. But we're going to see. Time going to tell, because if this country don't get no money, ain't nobody going to have no money. Ain't nobody going to have no money. If you don't stimulate this economy, ain't nobody going to have no money. You can come over and make all the comments you want. If they don't stimulate this economy, you're going to be broke. I don't give a dog on what you got on. Whatever kind of business or whatever you're doing, it's going to go out of business. You're going to be out of business. You're going to go home. You're going to go to work. They're going to send you home. That's what's going to happen. Because everybody watching me, you cannot make no money if people ain't got none. Now, you can beat on your chest all you want. If people don't have no money, you can't make no money. Period. You call it whatever you want to call it. And then as far as people saying begging, no, you're not begging. The United States government took too much money from the people. I'm just telling them to put back what they stole. They overtaxed the people. That's what they did. If you're not no real economist, really know numbers, you can't even talk to me. I embarrass you. The reason we in this mess is the government overtaxed everybody. They overtaxed the businesses and they overtaxed the employers. They overtaxed the employees. That's what they did. And they sucked so much money out that it dried up the system. That's what happened. That's what happened. One thing is when I'm teaching, I don't listen to losers. Because my thing is this. If you don't like what I'm saying and you a man, log off. It's simple. Do the same thing we would do in the streets. I wouldn't talk to you. I'd walk off. So do that. Go watch something fitting to you. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Now, if you really hell-bent on what I'm saying, wait and meet me face to face, and then we'll discuss it. You can get it all off your chest. If I listen to it, because I'm liable to walk off, because I don't give a damn what nobody else say. I'm not doing that. And I'm not trolling other brothers and jumping into their conversations like no girl. Take your panties off and put some man pants on and be a man and go watch something that interests you. That's why all you brothers stop watching something don't interest you and making girl comments when you could be watching something that's interesting to you. Don't watch me, watch TV. I don't owe you nothing. And as far as people talking about elders, that's your daddy. Go talk to your daddy and your granddad. I'm not your daddy or your granddad. I'm not your elder. I'm Big Pharaoh. I'm not your elder. I don't even know you. So let's start there. I'm not your elder. I don't know you. And your elder wouldn't do you like I'll do you. So get that part straight. Because our brother said it's a shame. See, it's a shame to see me do a lot of things. Just holler at me. I got a lot of disgusting. I got a lot of, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's gonna be a shame when you meet me. It's gonna stay a shame. What the hell is you talking about? You don't even know me. I do what I want to do. I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. Tell me, it's disgusting to watch me. Yeah, it's disgusting for you to watch me. You're supposed to watch something else. You're the one disgusted. Watching me. Don't watch me, watch TV. Little boy, and stay in a little boy place. I don't owe you nothing. On the side note, y'all with all that elders supposed to do this and elders that. No, elder do what an elder want to do. That's what an elder is. What part you understand? Since when an elder got to do what you think? If we got to do what you think, that's not no elder. Duh. Now, if you want an elder to do what you want to do, go tell your daddy or your granddaddy to do what you want them to do. Stop talking to me. On a side note, I don't want no friends. I don't need no friends on the internet. So stop telling me you're not gonna be my friend. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna be your friend. Yeah, okay. Bye. I ain't gonna be your friend. I don't know what they do. All I know is my message. I'm saying my message. I'm standing on business. Everybody see my face. So just holler at me when you see me. Get off the internet. Get out the chat. You wait. When you see me, I come to your town on my book tour. Pull me to the side and get it off your chest. If you got the balls, which you ain't gonna have. Anyway, because my security is gonna want to know what you want. Call all your friends, let them know it's a gangster in town. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell you talking about. Y'all black brothers, y'all better wake up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no expiration date on the streets of this type of life. Ain't no expiration date. I don't know what nobody told you. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up. This is real information I'm giving y'all about reparations. That America, white Americans that's against reparations, are against making money. They saying they don't want you to spend no money with them. Africans got to get reparations from Europe. How the hell Africans gonna get reparations when ain't nobody took nothing from them? You sound crazy. Where you from, Africa? No wonder y'all slow over there. He said Africans included. You don't even know what reparations is, do you? Reparations is payment for slavery and all that. Well, no Africans here, bruh. What the hell? Go pick up a book. They got books in Africa? Read one. What? No, Africans must be deported by Donald Trump if they don't mess with us and they ain't over here humble and dealing with foundational black Americans correctly, then baby bye. Deport you. And any other blacks from anywhere else. If you're over acting funny with foundational black Americans, you're trying to beat on your chest, then we should call ICE on you and get you the hell out of here. Because what the hell we want an African to get reparations for? Africans ain't never help us do nothing. What did Africans help foundational black Americans do? Nothing. Showed up after the battle was won. Showed up in the 70s after everything was smooth. Africans was too much of punks to come in the 1800s and 1700s. They got enough money to pay everybody. They got enough money to pay everybody. The United States government ain't the one got to pay it. AIS. They just be lying, running games on us. The reason reparations is a non-starter is because they lying about who owe it. I'm giving y'all game. Listen, the reason it's a no-go on reparations because they lying who owe it. They're lying. Reparations does not come from tax dollars. Reparations come from the businesses that made the money. They saying tax dollars so you won't pursue it. So that a white American say, no, why should I pay for it? Saying taxes is a scam. It's a scam. They know that. They know that reparations don't come from tax dollars. They just running it, pulling your leg. White American citizens don't have to pay no reparations. That's all a lie. Chase Bank and Wells Fargo and those companies got the money. The cotton industry alone got the reparations. It's a scam. I be giving y'all game, but I got people don't listen. You don't listen. Reparations ain't supposed to come from tax dollars. It's supposed to come from who made the money? Who made the money from slavery? Okay, that's who's supposed to pay it. Who made the money from slavery? Why they keep saying tax dollars? Why they don't say these people got to pay it back?
This is 13 corporations that profited from slavery. So here we go. Number 1, J.P. Morgan Chase. Between 1831 and 1865, 2 predecessor banks, Citizens Bank and Canal Bank in Louisiana, accepted approximately 13,000 enslaved individuals as collateral on loans and took ownership of approximately 1,250 of them when the plantation owners defaulted on the loans. Number 2, New York Life, an insurance company, sold insurance policies on enslaved Africans. Number 3, Wachovia. 2 historical predecessors owned enslaved Africans and accepted them as payment. Number 4, N.M. Rothschild and Sons Bank in London. Nathan Mayer Rothschild, the banking family's 19th century patriarch, made personal gains by using enslaved Africans as collateral in dealings with a slave owner. I have a list of this, so if I stumble, it's because I have a lot of chicken scratch. Number 4, Norfolk Southern offered slaveholders $180. That's $3,379 today. This article was written in 2013. So that's $3,379 today a piece for enslaved Africans they would rent to the railroad for 1 year. The Central Georgia, another company aligned with Norfolk Southern Line today, valued slaves at $31,303. Today that would be $600 $63,033. Did I say that right? Yes. $663,033. Hopefully that came out right. Sounds weird. Number 5. U.S. Today found that their parent company, E.W. Scripps, and Gannett had links to the slave trade. Number 6. Fleet Boston evolved from an early financial institution. Providence Bank founded John Brown, who was a slave trader and owned ships used to transport enslaved Africans. The bank financed Brown's slave voyages and profited from them. Brown even reportedly helped charter what became Brown University. Number 7. CSX used slave labor to construct portions of U.S. rail lines under the political and legal system that was in place more than a century ago. 2 enslaved Africans were John Henry and Reuben. The record states they were to be returned clothed when they arrived to work for the company. Number 8. Canadian National Railway Company. The Mobile and Ohio, now part of Canadian National, valued their slaves lost to the war and emancipation at $199,691 on record. That amount is currently worth $2.2 million. Whew. Number 9. Brown Brothers Harriman, the oldest and largest private investment bank, founded 1818, owned hundreds of enslaved Africans and financed the cotton economy by lending millions to Southern planters, merchants, and cotton brokers. Number 10. Brooks Brothers, high-end suit retailer, got their start selling slave clothes to various slave traders in the 1800s. They got their start by selling slave clothes. Number 11, Barclays. British multinational banking and financial services company headquartered in London, has now conceded that companies brought over the years may have been involved in the slave trade. Number 12, Lehman Brothers. This business empire started in the slave trade. Quote from Joe Pelizzotto: "This is a sad part of our history or our heritage. We're deeply apologetic. It was a terrible thing. There's no one sitting in the United States in the year 2005, hopefully, who would ever in a million years defend the practice." 13. Aetna. Aetna? Aetna. U.S. largest health insurer, apologized for selling policies in the 1850s that reimbursed slave owners for financial losses when the enslaved Africans they owned died. Aetna has long acknowledged that for several years shortly after its founding in 1853, that the company may have insured the lives of slaves. A few other people a few other corporations, companies that profited from slavery: Princeton, Harvard Law School, Tiffany & Co., Bank of America, Yale University, and Wells Fargo.
So you see, when they be talking about the government, and taxes. That's to make white Americans say, why should I pay it? But you hear Aetna, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those are the ones supposed to pay it. Now ask for me this. Why don't they never mention the companies that made all the money when it comes to reparations? Why do they always say tax dollars? When Bank of America, Aetna, Wells Fargo, they got the money. They got the money from profits of hundreds of years. They don't need to get that money from citizens. Make it make sense. If I work for a company for free picking cotton, why the company don't got to pay me back? What that got to do with the U.S. government? What's that got to do with the? Make it make some sense. Why don't the people that made the profits have to pay? Because when you don't want to pay, you're going to say that I got to get it from the citizens, so the citizens be against it. So the citizens stay dumb and uneducated. They don't want the citizens to know that the corporations was behind slavery and the corporations got the money from the free labor. White Americans don't know much like that. They're not as smart as what you think they are when it comes to history. They are brainwashed by their own system. They only know what Uncle Sam tell them. They don't know much. The biggest people that's brainwashed of the educational system is white Americans. They the main target for brainwashing. They don't know much about their country or nothing like that. They don't know much. The corporations could pay that money and nobody would even miss it. It's all running the game. Got brothers saying you begging for a debt owed, and then they saying you begging when you stand up for reparations for your people. How could I be begging for all foundational black Americans? This just show you brothers ain't intelligent. They act like I'm begging like I want some money when I'm talking about reparations. It ain't even got nothing to do with me. So how can I beg for all foundational black Americans? So our brothers say, you begging, get out there and work. So all foundational black Americans need to go get some money? Is that possible? Brothers just be stupid and don't be knowing what they talking about. How could I be begging for everybody? Begging is something you do for yourself. Reparations is not for an individual. So when you slow and unintelligent and you come tell us stop begging, you're unintelligent. Because I can't beg for money for foundational black Americans. I can only beg for money for me. So when you come and say I say we need reparations, and you start saying I'm begging, no, you slow. You're uneducated. Because you think reparations is for me. You slow. Yeah, you slow. You're trying to make it personal. So when people tell you start begging, they slow. Because you can't beg for a nation. They can't say that everybody in the nation is straight and doing well. They can't say that everybody, all black foundational black Americans should be doing well. You can't say that. In an oppressive racist system, you can't say that. So you can say, oh, bro, you need to get out there and work and get you some money. You try to make it personal. Reparations is not personal. And anybody that's not pushing reparations, kick them out the circle. Because you got to ask yourself, if you're pushing reparations, why would you let somebody in your circle that's not pushing it? They should go somewhere that's not pushing it. So if you're against reparations, you're on the wrong YouTube channel. So ain't nothing wrong with me, it's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you. If you're not for reparations, you're on the wrong page. You're on the wrong account. This is the pro reparations account. The losers is that way. You're on the wrong account. This is the winner. This is the winner circle. Big Pharaoh would never listen to you. You really want me to listen to you? You get no say so over here. This is pro reparations. If you're not for reparations, go watch the No Reparations channel like a real man. A man goes and watches something that fits his beliefs. A man doesn't go watch something that go against what they interested in just to say they not interested. That's like you don't like Snow White. You go home, you turn on your TV, you turn on Snow White, and then you sit there and complain about Snow White. That's how a lot of black men do me. They come and turn me on, don't want to hear what I got to say, and sit there like girls complaining about something they turned on to watch. I'll be thinking something wrong with you because I would never watch you. I would never, I don't watch anything I not believe in, I'm not interested in. Y'all fathers got to raise y'all sons better so your sons don't be watching something they not interested in, wasting their life. So if you don't like what I'm saying, you watching me, you wasting your life. You got to get you some business. You know what I'm saying? You got to get you some business. That's how you living? Let me turn on something I disagree with? That's how you living, black man? Really? Well, you gotta look, you gotta go make some arrangements in your life. You could be watching something that you agree with that stimulates you. That's what I would say. Because I'm doing me. Go do you. Go do anti-reparations. You can't find no anti-reparations stuff to watch? You gotta be a parasite and a mosquito and come and parasite on somebody else's conversation? What? That ain't masculine. I don't know what post-traumatic. I don't know what that is. I got to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got to understand what you're saying. I got to get it out of here. I don't know. All I know is we want reparations. That's all I know. I mean, I'm trying to teach them how to be masculine too. Watch something you agree with. Stop clicking on stuff you don't agree with just to tell people you don't agree with it. Obviously, they don't care. Duh. Stop. Find you something to do more masculine. You'll never see me clicking on stuff. Oh man, this is stupid. Let me click on it. If I'm stupid and you clicked on it, that's because you stupid. If you think I'm stupid and you click on it, what that make you? That make you really stupid. I'm not necessarily stupid, but you are because you watching something that you're totally not interested in, which means you ain't got a life. You got to go get you some business and find something to do, sitting around bored, clicking on stuff you don't like. I never click on Charleston White. I don't know what he be saying. I'm not going to click on Charleston White. Oh, I can't say Charleston White. I don't click on dude. When it comes to believing something happened and all that, we revolutionaries and we people that push the line. So we make things happen. Everything that foundational Black Americans got in this country, we made it happen. We didn't believe it happened. We made it happen. We believed we could make it happen. See, I don't believe they're going to give reparations. I believe we can make them give us reparations. Yeah. I believe we could push the line and make them give it to us. I believe we can convince them to give it to us. I don't believe they just going to get up one day and just give you nothing. A closed mouth don't get fed. Even the Bible say, ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask and it be given to you. If you don't ask, you don't get it. A closed mouth don't get fed. You see the pretty girl in there, you got to go holler at her. If she come holler at you, it's probably a setup. You understand? So they don't be understanding we're pushing for reparations. We don't believe it's going to happen. We saying it need to happen. If somebody owe me $200, I don't believe he going to give it to me. I'm going to make him give it to me. Because if I sit there believe he going to give it to me, he might not never bring me my $200. So this reparations movement is pushing for reparations. It's a demand. And we keeping our pedal to the metal. We're not letting up. Now that we got social media and we can push the line, we're going to push that. You see gay rights? They didn't give them that. They went and got that. They didn't. Nobody gave them gay marriage. They went and got it. Everywhere you go, you see the LGBTQ flag. I keep telling foundational Black Americans, look at LGBTQ. The flag is everywhere. Why is the flag everywhere? Because they pushed the line. And did they get gay marriage? Yes. How did they get gay marriage? They pushed the line. Nobody gave it to them. They went and got it. They demanded it. They stood on business. They went and got it. Are these people on the couch wishing it happened? Are they on the couch wishing? No. They're not on the couch wishing for that. Mm-mm. No, they ain't on the couch wishing for it. All the freedoms that you got as foundational Black of America, people went and got it. Everything that you benefit from as foundational Black Americans, people went and got it. Everything. Your right to even get on the bus. They didn't give you that. They didn't give you that. People stood up for you to get that. People went to jail for you to ride on the bus. So you think they just let you ride on the bus? No. Black people got together and didn't ride the bus for a year for you to ride the bus. For you to get on the bus right now, black people walked to work and did not ride the bus for a year for you to get on the bus. They never would have came to your house to let you get on the bus. This is how you got on the bus. You see your ancestors walking to work? You see your ancestors walking to work. They shut the bus down for a year. You see black men going and picking up women and taking them to work, and the bus across the street is empty. Because they say we're not getting on that bus, or we can't sit down where we want to. Nobody came and knocked on their door and said, okay, we're going to let you ride the bus. And ain't nobody going to knock on your door and give you reparations. You're going to have to do the same thing we always did. And if they didn't do that, it wouldn't have been no civil rights bill. And if it wouldn't have been no civil rights bill, you wouldn't have got nothing. This is the reason your ass can even come outside, get on a bus or train or school or anything. You see MLK? You see Lyndon B. Johnson sign the civil rights bill? You know what they had to go through? For you to get anything you getting today? Now somebody said they was begging to ride the bus. It's the disrespectful brothers. They would say you shouldn't be begging. But they gonna get their ass on the bus after brothers went to jail. Reparations is easy compared to what your ancestors had to do for you to have what you got today. I'm just saying. I don't know why you can't push for reparations when your ancestors put their lives on the line for you to God would get what you got today. Now all of a sudden, what, you lazy? You don't want to keep pushing? You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to keep pushing, huh? Rest in peace to Mega Evers. That man lost his life so y'all could walk around here, and you can't stand up for reparations? Seriously? Somebody come over here talking about begging. So they was begging for rights? that the person say begging benefited from? It's just a disrespect. Just say you a punk and you don't want to stand up for your people. That's all. You ain't got to come over and say nothing to me. Just say you a coward and a loser and you ain't willing to stand up for reparations. That's all. Because that's what it amount to if you're a black man, especially if you're a foundational black American. If you're a black man that ancestors have been in this country and you ain't standing up for reparations, you're a punk. That's what you is. You's a coward. You's a traitor. You's a rat. You let your own great-great-grandmother down and great-great-grandfather down. Talk about don't nobody owe you nothing. They could do whatever to your great-grandmama. You don't care. You just gonna do you. And you ain't got no knowledge, because if they see you scary like that, they're gonna do you the same way they did them. Because you either push the line forward or the line go backwards. Ain't no standing still. Yeah, ain't no standing still. Ain't no standing still. Ain't none of that. So all you brothers that standing still, ain't pushing for reparation, you know what I'm saying? You already know what you is. If you ain't gonna stand up for reparations, you dang sure ain't finna say nothing to me. You ain't even built like that. You're not built like that. Look at me. Do I look like I take your disrespect face to face like that? On the guys. You can't even come to this city playing. I'm just saying. We only respect strong men that stand up for something. And you a strong man when you stand up for reparations, and then they give reparations and older women get it, and people that's handicapped get it, and senior citizens get it, and young people get it in their 20s or 30s, because people like me standing up for it. Don't get over here telling me, how can I be begging for all of them? And people say don't be begging, and you standing up for a whole nation. How you begging for a whole nation? You don't even make sense. So I want my people to get reparations. That's begging for something that was stolen from you? Because you want to make up excuses to lay down and accept a robbery? And you really think you could come around me and say, I'm going to accept a robbery and just move on? You think I respect you? I don't even want to talk to you. I just want to know two things. Is you standing for reparations, yes or no? And if not, I don't want to talk to you. Go on about your business. This is the winner's circle. You're in the loser's circle. Because one thing I know for sure, that every one of you black brothers that watch this, that ain't standing up for reparations, will be the first one in line when we get it. That's a fact. Ain't none of you going to admit you was against it when we get it. I've been around them. You'll watch somebody else build something. You'll watch somebody else bake the cake, and then you'll come and eat it. That's a fact. And I'm challenging all the black men that's finally been in the United States. Put the T-shirt on. Go on your Facebook and say, I don't want reparations, and leave it on there. Don't take it down. Show us you don't want it, because I don't believe you. So when you say, don't be begging, I don't want it, no, what you say is you're not a believer. You're not a soldier. You don't believe we're going to get it. So you're going to play it safe. But you a lie, if you think that foundational Black Americans, when we get reparations, that you ain't gonna be the first one in line, and the first ones running to get it is gonna be all them brothers that didn't help us get it. That's a fact. Ain't none of them gonna stand up and say, I was against it, I'm not going to get it. They all gonna run and get it. Every last one of them. You even gonna have foreign blacks with fake paperwork trying to pretend they foundational Black Americans. No, he from Ghana. No, he from Nigeria. No, he from the Caribbean. All of a sudden, he foundational Black American for the bag. Boy, I wasn't born yesterday. All the brothers that ain't standing up for it is because they don't believe you're gonna get it. Just like anything else in America, you go to build a business, you go to do something. Brothers will stand on the sideline. And when the business pop off, when the venture pop off, here they come. Oh man, Pharaoh. When you come at them to build it and they don't believe you're gonna build it, they got all kind of excuses, man. They go back to their friend, man. Pharaoh talking about doing this, man. That ain't gonna work, man. That ain't gonna work. He be dreaming, man. He need to get out there and do what I think he should do. You're a grown ass man. Soon as it pop off, oh man, hey, you did it, huh? You did it, huh? Oh man. I kind of thought it was gonna happen. So that's what's up with that. The bottom line is white America should support reparations. It's going to be the biggest stimulus package probably in the history of this country. And it's going to make the whole country great. It's not going to hurt white people none. All it's going to do is some money go to blacks, and it's going to go out, spread out through the whole country. And all you whites that's about business, start pushing reparations. Auto industry, all these industries, you leaving money on the table. These is homes and cars and all type of home improvement and driveways redone and all type of products being sold. So white America, especially white American men, you lose the money. Push reparations for foundational Black Americans so your business can increase. It ain't no shame in that. If I want a new roof on my house, I don't care who put it on there. And if it creates enough jobs, you're gonna have to hire Mexicans and blacks and whites. So for everybody pushing reparations, keep the pedal to the metal. And we want reparations, and we want it now.